I don't think that we can ever have peace with my family unless the truth is out there.
I commit myself to serve you all, King, country, and Commonwealth. God save the King.
The announcement everyone is talking about. Something has just happened in the royal family story, and it could have consequences far beyond today's headlines. Reports emerging today say Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are preparing to spend an extended period back in the United Kingdom with their children. And that is a major development, because the Sussexes have spent years building their life away from Britain, so why return now? And what does this actually mean for their relationship with the royal family? Before we get into the details, if you enjoy royal news and behind-the-scenes stories, hit like, subscribe to Throne Report, and tell me in the comments, do you think Harry and Meghan's return could bring the family closer together? Because there is one important detail that makes this announcement very different from a return to royal duties. They aren't becoming working royals.
And anything I've included is ever intended to hurt my family.
William and Kate step forward. It all started with a single line on the royal website. A formal announcement will be made at 6 p.m. No extra details, no hints, nothing else. For a royal family known for careful planning, this was completely unexpected. Usually, the palace gives quiet tips to trusted journalists, but not this time. The silence itself was loud. People knew right away that something serious was happening. The media panicked. Reporters had no answers. Phones were ringing. Theories were flying. Some ideas sounded wild. Others felt too real. Was it a health issue? A sudden exit? Was someone pushed out or stepping up? Nobody knew. And that only made the tension worse.
Have been brought closer because of the circumstances as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You are, uniquely bonded because of what we've been through.
Yeah.
Even experienced royal insiders were clueless. There were no planned talking points, no press briefings. If someone had planned this, they had skipped all the normal steps. That's what made it even more alarming. In royal circles, silence like this doesn't just happen. It usually means something big. Then people noticed something else. William and Kate had missed a public event earlier that day. At the time, it didn't seem important. Now, it couldn't be ignored. If this was a message from the king or queen, they would be the ones speaking. But instead, the spotlight moved quietly toward the younger royals. At exactly 6 p.m., the screen lit up. But it wasn't Charles or Camilla. It was William and Kate. No grand background, no throne, no guards. Just the two of them, sitting in what looked like a regular office. And yet, they had the full attention of the country. William spoke first. No royal greetings, no long family history. Just strong, clear words. The monarchy is not just a symbol. It's a responsibility. That one sentence hit hard. It wasn't a rebellion. It was a new direction. Kate followed. Calm, steady, serious. This isn't about tradition, she said. It's about trust. With those few words, they redefined what royalty could mean.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery.
There were no signs of King Charles or Queen Camilla behind the scenes. William and Kate stood alone, but they represented something bigger. They weren't asking for loyalty. They were offering honesty. And in a world full of secrets, that felt truly powerful. And then, right after that, came the moment that changed everything. The Diana Initiative. Kate didn't just look back at Princess Diana's legacy, she took it forward. When she announced the Diana Initiative, it didn't feel like just a sweet tribute. It felt like a turning point. This wasn't about flowers left outside Kensington Palace or yearly tributes in August. It was about giving Diana's voice real purpose again. Stronger, louder, and lasting. Diana's story had often been softened over the years, made quiet, reshaped, or turned into old memories. But Kate wasn't okay with that. She wanted to bring it back, not with big speeches or empty gestures, but with real action. This time, Diana's legacy wouldn't be remembered. It would be used.
My mother would have known that she'd been deceived. She was failed not just by a rogue reporter, but by leaders at the BBC who looked the other way rather than asking the tough questions.
The Diana Initiative is a global nonprofit built on the very values that made Diana beloved: kindness, honesty, and always putting people first. But this wasn't just another charity with a royal logo. This was a plan. And Kate wasn't just lending her name. She was the driving force behind it. From the start, she made it clear: no red carpets, no staged photo moments. Kate promised she would go to the places that mattered: women's shelters, low-income communities, places where help is needed most. She would sit with survivors, listen to families, and connect with people. Not for headlines, but because it was the right thing to do. People saw it right away. This wasn't about looking royal. This was about being useful. It reminded many of how Diana worked, close to the people, hands-on and real. But this time, it came with a bigger reach, more structure, and long-term goals. Kate wasn't stepping into Diana's shoes. She was building her own path, one inspired by Diana, but shaped for today's world. What made it even more powerful? Kate wasn't doing this from the outside like Diana once had. She was doing it from within the royal system. That gave the whole project real strength.
Know that as much as we have now the reign of King Charles and Queen Consort Camilla, the future is William and Kate.
And their children as well.
Diana had used kindness to push back. Kate was using it to lead. Support rolled in fast. Social media lit up with praise, calling Kate the people's queen. But this wasn't just about memories. It was about seeing a future queen step up now, long before the crown touches her head. Still, not everyone was happy. The one person who didn't seem to celebrate it? The Queen Consort. Reaction to the bold initiative. The Diana Initiative didn't just make headlines, it made waves. Around the world, people responded with excitement. Social media lit up with praise, calling Kate the new people's queen. News outlets didn't crown her with jewels, they crowned her with trust. It felt like a global moment. But inside the palace, it was quiet, too quiet. Not a word from King Charles or Queen Camilla. No praise, no support. The silence said more than any statement could. Behind the scenes, things were tense. King Charles, surprised and caught off guard, asked, "What did they do?" He wasn't angry, just shocked.
I've got some troubling news about England's royal family.
It will no longer be possible for me to give so much of my time and energies to the charities and issues for which I care so deeply.
As he tried to settle into his role as king, attention suddenly shifted away from him. The public wasn't looking at the monarch anymore. They were looking at William and Kate. Their new project didn't just feel fresh. It felt real. It connected with people in a way the usual royal events hadn't in years. Camilla, though, was deeply unsettled. She had worked hard for years to move past the scandals and gain quiet respect. But now, Diana's name was back, and stronger than ever. Kate wasn't trying to attack anyone. But the Diana initiative brought back memories and reopened old wounds. Some inside the palace started whispering about how Kate had skipped the usual royal process. She hadn't asked for permission, she just went ahead, and that scared them. Camilla wanted the initiative brought under royal control, cleaned up, managed, and softened. But royal advisors warned against it. Trying to take over would only make the palace look bitter and jealous. So instead, the palace did nothing. No posts, no praise, just silence. They hoped it would fade away.
That's Prince Harry back in England after rushing home to see his father, who's battling cancer. As Anne Mercogliano reports, many royal watchers are wondering if this could be a step that enables the family to repair some old wounds.
But it didn't. William knew what was happening. He told a close aide, "This isn't a discussion, it's a strategy." He wasn't looking for approval. He was pushing forward with purpose. The tension between Charles and William wasn't public, but it was real. Charles felt the spotlight slipping away. Privately, he admitted, "The spotlight is gone, not in anger, but in sadness." William, meanwhile, felt hurt by his father's silence. He wasn't trying to break the monarchy, he was trying to save it. Tensions rise.
According to reports, Harry and Meghan are expected to establish a private base in Britain while continuing to maintain their homes elsewhere. But there is an important distinction. They are not returning as working members of the royal family. That means this isn't a restoration of the royal role Harry once held. Instead, it appears to be an attempt to create something much more complicated: private family life, closer to Britain, but still outside official royal duties. Their children are also expected to attend school in Britain. That could mean the family spends significantly more time near the royal family than they have in recent years. And suddenly, the question becomes much bigger than where they live. It becomes a question about relationships. What does this mean for King Charles? For King Charles, this development could be especially significant. Reports say the king is supportive of Harry and Meghan's return and wants more opportunities to spend time with his grandchildren. That could create an opening for a relationship that has been strained for years. But there is still a major obstacle: Harry's relationship with his brother, Prince William. The relationship between the brothers has remained deeply complicated, and Harry moving closer to Britain does not automatically mean those tensions disappear. Living in the same country could create more opportunities for reconciliation, but it could also place old disagreements under a much brighter spotlight. And that is why this announcement may be more complicated than it first appears. Why this could change the royal family. Think about what this means. For years, Harry and Meghan's lives have been centered largely outside Britain. Now, their children could grow up spending considerably more time in the country where their royal heritage began. That could give Archie and Lilibet a stronger connection with their extended family. It could also give King Charles more opportunities to see his grandchildren. But it does not mean everything has suddenly been repaired. Harry and Meghan would still remain outside official royal duties, and their relationship with other members of the family could remain complicated. So perhaps this isn't a royal comeback at all. Perhaps it is something more personal. A family trying to create a new arrangement after years of separation. And that brings us to the biggest question. Is this the beginning of a new chapter? Could this really become the turning point in the royal family's relationship with Harry and Meghan? It is far too early to know, but the circumstances are certainly unusual. The Sussexes could be living closer to the royal family. Their children could be growing up with a stronger connection to Britain. And King Charles could have more opportunities to rebuild his relationship with his son and grandchildren.
The back and forth made it clear. This wasn't just a disagreement. It was a power shift. William told his team to run the initiative without palace control. Charles, in a moment of honesty, told a friend, "I've spent my life preparing for this, and now it's slipping away." A personal argument had become a symbol of something much bigger: the struggle for the monarchy's future. Internal leaks. When the Diana Initiative was first announced, it looked like a turning point for the royal family. Social media lit up with praise. Hashtags like People's Royals and Diana Initiative flooded the internet. Crowds gathered outside Kensington Palace, not in protest, but with flowers, handwritten notes, and hope. It felt like the people finally had a royal family that understood them. But now, some are asking, was this really about change, or was it about power? The initiative promised to carry on Princess Diana's legacy with compassion, transparency, and action. And at first, it looked genuine. Kate visited shelters, and William sat in climate talks, not giving speeches, but listening like everyone else. The public loved it. Donations poured into related charities. Volunteers signed up by the thousands. But behind the scenes, the reaction inside the palace was very different. And William and Kate knew it. They had bypassed the royal system, launching a massive public movement without telling King Charles or Queen Camilla. It wasn't just bold, it was calculated. They knew the palace would be caught off guard, and it was. Suddenly, William and Kate weren't just popular, they were unstoppable.
Both William and I have seen that many young people are struggling to cope with the impact of bullying, bereavement, domestic violence, family breakdown, and more.
The Diana Initiative wasn't just a tribute. It became a weapon in a quiet war for control. Insiders say William and Kate didn't just want to modernize the monarchy, they wanted to remake it in their image. And to do that, they had to push people out. Harry and Meghan were the first. Their voices were too bold, too emotional, too independent. Once they were gone, there was room to build something new. And now, with Charles battling cancer and Camilla clinging to her position, William and Kate are quietly stepping into power. Not by waiting, but by acting. They've made themselves the center of everything. The face of charity, the voice of the people, the future of the crown. But they've also done it on their own terms, ignoring traditions, skipping palace approval, and cutting out anyone who doesn't fit their plan. To the public, it looks like a service. To palace insiders, it's a strategy. They're not just rewriting the monarchy, they're replacing it. Slowly, quietly, and without asking for permission. Prince Harry's re-emergence. Prince Harry's support for the Diana Initiative should have been a uniting moment. He called it Mum's Legacy in Action, a heartfelt phrase that quickly made headlines and gave the project even more global attention. But behind the scenes, it hit a nerve with William. According to insiders, the brothers had a tense phone call after Harry's comment. William felt blindsided. He was frustrated that Harry made a public statement without talking to him first. "You can't just jump in now," William reportedly told him, accusing Harry of using the initiative to stay relevant. It wasn't just about the cause, it was about the long, complicated history between them. But Harry didn't back down.
I don't see it as cutting at all. My brother and I love each other. I love him deeply. There has been a lot of pain between the two of us, especially the last 6 years. None of anything that I've written and anything I've included is ever intended to hurt my family.
In an American interview days later, he said, "Diana's work belongs to everyone, not just the palace." It sounded supportive on the surface, but to many, it felt like a clear message. He wasn't going to stay silent just because of royal protocol. The public reaction was split. Some praised Harry for speaking from the heart, calling him genuine and passionate. Others felt he was adding fuel to an already sensitive situation. Memes began flooding the internet, showing quotes from both brothers with captions like "Same mum, different fight." What started as a tribute to Diana was turning into a sibling standoff. The sad part? The real focus, the mission of the Diana Initiative, was starting to get lost in the noise. Headlines weren't talking about the work anymore. They were zeroing in on the feud. People close to both camps tried to cool things down, but it was clear that the wounds between William and Harry still ran deep. What was meant to be a moment of unity became another reminder of the growing distance between them. For Kate, caught in the middle, it was difficult. She continued with the initiative, staying focused, but the media attention on the brothers' clash made everything harder. Violence brews between the princes. The royal family used to feel like a team. William and Harry were the heart of it, two brothers who stood side by side after their mother, Princess Diana's death. They leaned on each other, and for a while, it looked like they would lead the monarchy into a new modern future together. But behind the smiles and public appearances, something much darker was going on. And now, it's becoming clear. William didn't just rise, he pushed Harry out.
There's a spare in the air, my brother being the heir and me being the spare, and so there has always been this competition between us, weirdly.
Harry's book Spare pulled back the curtain. One story shocked everyone, a physical fight with William. According to Harry, William came to him angry, grabbed him by the collar, ripped his necklace, and threw him to the floor. Harry landed on the dog's bowl, which broke under him, cutting his back.
At the same time, Harry and Meghan are not returning to official royal duties. So this isn't a simple return to the past. It is something completely different, a new arrangement, a new chapter, and potentially a new test for the royal family. The biggest question now is whether distance was the main problem, or whether the deeper family tensions will follow them back to Britain. What do you think? Is this the beginning of a royal reconciliation, or simply a new chapter in the Sussex story? Let me know in the comments. And subscribe to Throne Report for more royal news, palace analysis, and breaking royal stories.